Ciao Internet, my name is AXN and welcome back to my arcade. As always, today I'm gonna talk a little bit about GTA, but more about Rockstar games as a whole, right, at large. Because as you may have already read on the thumbnail of this video, I have a fundamental issue with the games that Rockstar makes. So everybody's going crazy about the new trailer for GTA 6, right? Everybody's raving about it. He's telling everybody else that this is gonna be the best thing ever, the best game ever made, generation defining, and whatever else. All right, I'm not one of them. Yeah, and I'll tell you why. I've never finished a Rockstar game before, and there is a specific reason why. So actually, I have finished one of them, just one of them, the first Red Dead Redemption, and that was because I really fell in love with characters and story. So I'm gonna get the trailer rolling on the background just because, you know, it's not a reaction video. This is actually a controversial opinion video, if you may name it like that. So I finished just the first Red Dead Redemption. I love the characters, I love the story, I love the setting. I like Western stuff, you know, old Wild West looking games and movies and stuff like that. It's something that I enjoy, but that game also had the same issues that really prevent me from finishing or enjoying even games made by Rockstar Games. And what's that? It's the fundamental, basic ass moment to moment gameplay that I really don't enjoy. I might say even that I hate it. Okay, because like the way the control feels in Rockstar games and the way the shooting works in those games is fucking bad, man. And there's nothing you can tell me about it that it will change my mind about it. It's bad, it's trash. So, yeah, how can a game in which you're supposed to be like running around and shooting stuff? Let me pause it on a beautiful view, right? Maybe the main character face. Okay, this is one thing that I've seen going around on the internet a lot. So in these games, you're supposed to go around the city, like controlling your character, moving around, like punching people in the face without any reason, and shooting at stuff. Okay. You have also to drive stuff, like in Red Dead Redemption you had the horses, and in GTA you usually have cars that you steal or whatever. And the horse controls were okay in Red Dead Redemption. I try also Red Dead Redemption 2, if you're asking, if you're wondering about that. I tried that and it has the same issues, and also like the story was so slow to begin that I actually like bounced off that much quicker than I did in the first one, which I of course finished. And yeah, horse riding was cool enough. The car driving model in GTA games I really don't like. It feels too bouncy. It feels too like it has to be arcadey. Don't get me wrong. It has all the rights of being not a simulation, right? Still, the way I think in other games, like the arcade driving models are done much better, in my opinion. You know what it feels like to me in GTA? It's like those choice cars that actually like don't have the four wheels touching the ground. They have just one big wheel at the center that actually touches the ground, and they pivot on that axis. It almost feels like that. It doesn't feel like the car are connected to the ground for some reason. To me, I played just a little bit of GTA 5. I remember not enjoying that. Maybe it felt a little bit better than like older games from them. But my feeling when I play GTA game nowadays, like GTA 5, is just the exact same that I felt when I played San Andreas or Vice City, right? It feels like it never evolved in the modern era, right? But driving, fine, all right. It's not the main point of the game, even though there are a ton of missions in which you have to like to have to drive, right? But man, the movement and the shooting, oh god, are terrible, horrible. The movement of the character feels clunky and slow, and the shooting is uncomfortable and difficult, like unnecessarily difficult. It's not that you have to aim properly, and it's just difficult because it is, right? It's difficult because like it's uncomfortable, basically. And this game is mostly about shooting stuff, you know. So I don't know why people doesn't like. I've checked the Twitter, the X's, okay, and I've seen a couple of people like in the comments like saying the same thing that I'm saying, like that they actually controlled very badly. But it's a very, very small minority of people that actually talks about this thing when it comes to GTA games. Reviewers don't seem to bother about the quality of controls, which is something that I always like want to emphasize when I talk about games. Control feeling is like at the basic of the enjoyment of a game. You cannot mess that up and get away with it, in my view, right? From my standpoint, you cannot get away with bad controls in a game. Ever. In no genre of gaming gets away with this, in my opinion, because it's the core of the fundamental enjoying of the video game, right? You know, that's my opinion, anyways. And yeah, that's my main issue. Always, there are always weird things when it comes to Rockstar games. For example, it's so difficult to just loot a freaking room in a game. I remember trying to loot like a hut or something like that in Red Dead 2, and it took me 10 minutes just to go through all the closets and stuff, the drawers. It's so slow. I don't know if they want to go for like a more simulations thing with like having the closet actually open and the hand actually extend to the closet. Yeah, there are more games, there are other games that do that without it feeling like shit. Feeling like it takes more than actual real. Oh god, I'm like, yeah, Italian, you know. We articulate our words with our hands. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's weird. It's, if I had to loot a room in real life, I would take less time than it took me to do so in Red Dead. which is hilarious to me, and that's, to me, also it's a weird argument, because people might excuse the game saying, it's a simulation, you know, it takes time to do stuff. Yeah, it's a simulation. Why then the driving model, it's arcadey as fuck then? If it's a real life simulation, everything has to be a simulation, not just opening a fucking drawer in a house. Why driving the car is not simulative? It doesn't make any sense to me, you know? So I think that the simulation aspects of game can be really bothersome when they don't service like the actual enjoyment of the game, and when they are too much in the direction of a simulation that it's not a game anymore, it's a job or something like that. It feels like a job anyway. So I think the overall feeling of GTA games is actually very arcadey. It should be very arcadey, but that means that the most important thing is that controls, shooting, and all those like granular activities that you do in those games has to feel great. Every arcade game has to feel fucking amazing to play. You don't have to think about what you're doing. You're just doing it. That's a main driver when it comes to like gameplay design for an arcade game. And that's not what happens in GTA and other Rockstar games. So there's also, of course, the aspect of immersion and world building and stuff like that. And that is not something that I can criticize that much, because actually the virtual world that Rockstar creates are very, very detailed and feel alive and very, very well done and big, freaking big, you know. That aspect of GTA games, it's immaculate in my opinion. So world simulation, world immersion and building, very nice, top notch. But then comes my taste, all right? So that's, as I said before, Red Dead, I like the setting, I like the world, I like Western settings and stuff like that. So I enjoy that, and it made me actually be able to finish the first one, even though I hated the mechanics, like the basic controls of the game. But GTA, I don't like this shit. I don't like gangster stuff. So my reasoning for gaming, okay, comes from a place of escape. You know, I want to escape in a world that's really not anything like our world. I don't want to be going to the streets of Miami. Okay, I want to go to a different planet or a fantasy world that doesn't exist or stuff like that. I really enjoy the fantasy travels that you can do while gaming. Like you get immersed in these worlds that you cannot actually visit in real life, and that's my driver for gaming. And this is something that I really enjoy, like the fantasy and the originality of these worlds. And for me, GTA just is not appealing, you know, because it's just real world. And the more it's becoming like realistic, also with graphics, you can see here the graphics are actually very good. Apart from the clothes, that's like small parenthesis. I really don't like how the clothes behave in GTA games. They look like are made from like a rubber or stuff, like or something. You know, they look like glued to the character's body. There's something weird about them, but it's just me. The graphics are crazy good, of course. Rockstar, it's not doesn't disappoint from like the technical standpoint, never. So very, it's not that the word is done in a bad way. It's just that it's not a word that appeals to me particularly. Like, so if you, I'm gonna skip GTA 6 because if the words, if the setting doesn't tell me anything, and I hate the controls to begin with, I'm gonna skip it. That's just how it is. I hope everybody enjoys the game, just because, you know, everybody is waiting for it and whatever. And I hope that this time around, actually, they did something drastically different from controlling moment-to-moment gameplay stuff standpoint. I hope that they actually like address some of my issues with these games. Maybe if that's corrected, I can overlook a little bit of the settings, because the game is actually fun to play, and I'm willing to give it a try if that's the case, but I really think it's not, because nobody ever complained about it. And if you don't complain about stuff, devs will do what they always do, right? And this is same thing applies to Bethesda games, right? Why Starfield feels like Fallout in space? Because nobody complained about how Fallout plays, how Fallout like the basic, the fundamentals of the gameplay that had flaws in the Fallout games. Nobody complained about that, so they just went with it. And that's my 2 cents about the GTA craze right now. I'm not excited about it. I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. But everybody is, and I hope they will enjoy it when they get their hands on it. So Thank you very much for listening. As always, if you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe. And see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Ciao, 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 ciao.